Hey, I was just wondering how's that U.S. Steel short working out for you? How about the Bank of America? Just let me point out, the Bank of America just hit a 7-year high. You want to go short in stocks that are busting out at a 6-year malaises, a 6-year consolidation? You want to short that? Be my guest. And by the way, maybe I don't remind people enough. I'm a trader. You understand? If US Steel gaps up on Monday to 34.50, which I'm sure if you were short, you'd probably be shitting in your pants, especially the guy shorting it from 27. And then it rolls over, then it becomes a short. There's not too much analysis that needs to go on in most of these trades. Hey, the stock's breaking out. Let me buy some. Do I know where these things are going to be 6 months from now? Doesn't matter. I've already won. You see, people? In March of 2012, I made a prediction that the Dow Jones would be at 20,000. Not only did I give a date, I gave a time. January 20th, 2017 at 1:43 p.m., the Dow would hit 20,000. Now, if you're not impressed yet, and maybe we don't get to 20,000 over the next, I don't know, how many days do I got left to get there? So 5, 20, 30, 40, about 55 days. If we don't get to the exact Dow 20,000, go back. It's documented. I was on radio shows. I've done 7,000 videos on YouTube. So you want to debate whether or not I said something? There's no debate where I said the QQQ would be 120. The Dow Jones would be at 20,000. But let's backtrack just going back a few months ago. How about some AMD for you? I got some guys into Bank of America at $16. We got guys in US Steel right now at $18. We got guys in AMD from $3.50. We got guys in ATI from $14. Blah, 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 blah. Does it matter? No. Because if you're going to learn how to do this and trade from now on, you need to know what's going to happen next. Now, I could ride into the sunset right now as a winner. And you guys out there could be saying, no, don't leave us. But you know what? I left once before, and I came back and I went on a really awful run because I didn't want to be doing it. Now, I could sit here and never do a trade again, ever, and be pretty goddamn content about it because I won. Not many people can walk away from the casino table saying, I won, because there's nobody giving me a massage. There's no more free drinks. What do I have to do at this point? Now I use what I've learned and I try to instill it into other people. And that's what I'm doing now. Judge me, love me, debate with me, all you want. But don't talk about how you're shorting a stock that's consistently going up when we know you're not shorting the stock. And again, let me just make it perfectly clear. I won. You can't take the money away now from US Steel. I'm out of the stock on the swing trade last week at 32.20, where it looked like a decent sell. And I said, you know what? If it starts to reverse and looks good again, I'll buy it back for a day trade. Now, did I do this trade today? I'm not going to bullshit you. I don't trade the Friday after Thanksgiving because I've lost money 20 years in a row on this day. But I did suggest, hey, if US Steel goes green here at 33.06, you might want to be buying this looking for 33.50. Boom! That's a day's pay for a lot of people out there. And selling it at 33.50 now was a little premature as it breaks 33.50 and it's already up to 33.80. So that being said, if you're shorting the stock right now, which you're not, and you're lying about it, and the Bank of America, throw in some Alcoa in there and some other stocks. If you go watch some of the videos from '07, I'm sure you'll find a video in there that I said, this market's never going up again. That was because, again, in that moment, we're trading. The long-term perspective and the reason you should have 3 accounts. Day trading for your psychopathic trying to make 8 to 12 to 20 to 30 cents a day account. Then you got your swing trade account, which you're trying to hang on to stocks, anywhere from a day to 3 to 5 days. And then you got your long-term account, which you really shouldn't look at, which is where the QQQ has lived in the Glick Fund since March of 2012. We've won. Cisco in there. GE. Oh, by the way, GE's not back to $5 either. And the Qs. And all the rest of the shit. But if you want to learn how to day trade and you want to do this, there's only a few simple things to learn. Learn your 1-minute VWAP, your multi-day VWAP. Spend some time with me, and I'll show you some of the nuances of it all. Because there's more than just VWAP into the reversal. But if you stick to just the VWAP reversals for 6 months, I think you're going to do all right. Now, I'm regretting not putting on the U.S. Steel today, but again, I was just sitting here explaining stuff to people and trying to have a good time with the duration of my career. Again, I have political aspirations and comedy expectations, planning on getting on stage, because politics and comedy, stand-up comedy, are so intertwined that I think making the jump from comedy to politics will probably be pretty easy for me. And again, this is what Trump has done for me, has inspired me that sure, you need a lot of money to become president. Do I want to be president? No, I just want to be some sort of influential kind of guy. Do I want to be president? No. Do I want to negotiate with sand nations of the world? Probably not. Because I'll be like, hey, I know that you know that I know that you know that you're a terrorist. So you want to go back and forth and pretend that we're friends? Or let's just call each other fuckface to our faces and move on. Because I don't like you and you don't like me, so let's not pretend. You need something from me? Guess what? We don't need shit from you, so what are you going to do about it? That's my attitude towards most of these nations. And I don't know if I'm a great negotiator in that respect, but I'm tired of just bullshit, I know that you know that you know that I know that you know where the terrorists are. So if you don't find them, you get nothing from us. So let's stop pretending. That would be my negotiation tactic. And you know what? Probably 65% of America appreciates that attitude, and that's why Trump won. I'd be the first president to drop the mic. Because I'd be the first president to say, what are you going to do about it? Our rockets could actually reach your country. And there's no debate anymore. Our rockets can reach your country with lasers and laser precision bombing. We can do that. You can't. The only people I would negotiate with would be Russia, and we would be the 2 biggest boys in the world, and we'd take over the entire globe like it was the 1950s. And then we'd all talk like this, fellas. All right. Today in the news, we'd all wear hats again, and we'd all talk fancy, and we all beat our wives and eat steak and eggs for breakfast. All right, get out there, ladies and gentlemen, and get your war bonds, fellas. We'd go back to those days where we all had buzz cuts, and we all, that kind of thing. It'd be a great America. Guns and abortions for everybody. So again, don't be a dick, vote for Glick. And up until that point, again, let's hope nothing happens to Trump, because Mike Pence seems to be, I don't know, I don't like this guy. I don't know why I'm talking politics. But again, if you're shorting U.S. Steel, way to go, fella. Way to go. And your Bank of America, right? Oh, let's scratch in some ACG. Now, ACG is going to be a little bit more difficult to talk about. And I don't want to talk about it right now, but send me an email. I'm finally getting to it. Speaking of, Arab nations, I am the poster child. I'm the Benetton of trading. I got a guy from Pakistan. I got a guy from India. I got a guy from China. I got a guy from Scotland. I could start the Benetton of trading. I'm the NATO alliance of trading. As much as I don't like terrorism, who does? I got Canadians. I got the Bronx. I don't like to toot my own horn, but shit, we got some shit going on here. And the only reason that people want to know, how come there's not 1,000 people in your room? I don't know why I just did Bill Cosby on crack to do that voice, but how come there's not enough? Because I'm a lazy asshole. You understand? I trade, I smoke, and I don't make phone calls, I don't send emails. But now we're starting to get back rolling again. Because you know what? If there's anybody out there that you should be listening to, it's this guy. If there's anybody you should be kneeling down to, it's this guy. I'm the Negan. I'm the Negan of trading. Which is not a great example because that show has really jumped the shark, this Negan guy. Enough talking! Just bash somebody's head in and let's get to the next episode. Yeah, I'm Zod from Superman. I bring out 3 or 4 good trades each day, sprinkle in a few swing trades, some attitudes, and some nuances about the stock market to guide you, and I think you could actually be successful here. I can't tell you that the market's going to crash on Monday, but you know what? I did predict the crash of 2000 by a month. I was shorting the shit out of Bear Stearns a month and a half before it shit the bed. So, I don't know. And I'll tell you something, my wife is probably the hottest chick you dream out there about women like my wife. So I got that going for me too. Sure, we only have sex maybe like every 6.5 weeks, so, you know, there's that. But damn, when I walk down the street with my wife, man, you could sense the other guys going, what the fuck does this guy have that I don't have? So there's that. So I'm a winner, you're a loser. You'll always be a loser, and I understand. There's a few gay guys out there that wanted to be with me, and I denied them and all that. But, you know.